this space. Number one, video conferencing is saturated. What happened when we had all the shutdowns, right? Our way of life completely changed. The way of doing business completely changed. So video conferencing has not slowed down. It's increased and continues to increase. Only coders or crypto experts profit from blockchain. If that was the case, I wouldn't be here. It's too late to get in early. Okay, so here's the truth. The next evolution is starting, and Rlink opens it up to everyone, even non-crypto enthusiasts. The $95 billion opportunity you've been locked out of. Video conferencing is a $95 billion market. But here's the key. It's only controlled by a few tech giants. Okay, big tech, 100%. The percentage of value captured by platform owners is your current share is zero, right? We benefit zero from all the Microsoft Teams, the Zooms, the GoToWebinar, all of those platforms. And so when you look at the timing of where we are, and I want to share this with you just for a second, okay? When I was sitting here looking at right before here, I asked ChatGPT, I go, hey, listen, give me some examples of how Rlink relates to Netflix versus Blockbuster. And this is pretty wild. It said Blockbuster ignored the shift to streaming and digital experiences, holding on to a dying business model. Netflix embraced change early, pivoting from DVD rentals to streaming, then to original content. Timing was everything. Netflix saw where the world was going and moved before it was popular. It's like Wayne Gretzky. He said, how do you succeed? How do you do what you do? He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the best. He goes, I don't skate to where the puck is. I skate to where the puck is going. So Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix for $15 million and passed. Now it's a case study on missed opportunity. So let's look at video conferencing, the new frontier. We're at a similar inflection point on how we communicate and collaborate. Legacy platforms are becoming the new Blockbuster. They're chunky, clunky, bloated, outdated. Rlink to traditional platforms is what Netflix was to DVD rentals. Faster, smarter, and built for the next era. Isn't that pretty cool? So now let's talk about blockchain. The infrastructure shift, just like streaming transformed media, blockchain is transforming trust, transparency, and security. Blockchain is not just about crypto. It's the foundation for next-gen digital collaboration. Rlink in blockchain offers verified identity, secure data ownership, decentralized collaboration, no middleman, no manipulation. It's about owning your content, your meetings, your data, like owning the future. So the key takeaways: don't be the next Blockbuster. Adapt before you're forced to. Timing is everything. Early adopters win. How many of us have heard sometimes there's a bigger T than the T in talent? It's the T in timing. How many of us know people they're not that smart? How did they do what they did? Sometimes there's a bigger T than the T in talent, is the T in timing. And the future communication is real-time, secure, and decentralized. Rlink is your Netflix moment. Don't miss it. Okay, how many people like that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? So the big problem no one talks about. And by the way, some of this is going to be a little bit different as far as repetitive, but different. And there's a reason for that. The reason that we do that is because sometimes it takes at least 5 to 7 times for that light bulb moment to come on. So my job as the host is to kind of share a few different ways of sharing this to where that light bulb moment catches on. Because when I first heard of this information, I immediately had resistance. Hey, is that big of a deal? Is blockchain really going to grow that fast? And is this opportunity really that big? But I knew the people that were bringing it to me, 2 of them were billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires. And I knew when I had that resistance, I didn't understand it. That was the time to pay attention. And we've heard the saying, hey, look, your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Is some of it's a little bit repetitive, but it's very intentional. So the problem that no one's talking about, the big problem, is centralized control by big tech. A few companies control the entire infrastructure of online communication. There's no ownership or profit sharing. Users create the value but receive none of the financial benefits. Think about it. We pay to get on Zoom, but yet they use our data and all the people we bring to all these other platforms and their data, and we don't have any ownership, no profit sharing. So the data exploitation is the business model. Your personal information and meeting data are the real products that are being sold. Let's look at Facebook. And when I watched this documentary on one of my flights, and Mark Zuckerberg was just starting to launch some of his social media stuff, and someone said, Mark, this is an actual text from him to somebody else. How are you getting people's data and information? And he said, these Facebook users are dumb, bad words for sharing data, giving up their privacy. And that was from him, not from me, and not from the person that invited you. So here's the evolution of online communication. Web 1, again, this is back when I go, man, who owns the internet? Nobody owns the internet. It's a highway for information. So Web 1 was just static websites, email and basic chat. The techies and military, they were the ones that were mainly online. Web 2, social media, all the centralized video platforms and so on and so forth, that was Web 2. Web 3 is going to blockchain-powered, user-owned infrastructure. If you look at what's happened in our world, when I heard about this a year and a half ago, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so blockchain's growing faster than the internet in 1996 when I started doing my research. And then when I looked, and I'm like, man, here in the US, every presidential candidate at that time was talking about blockchain and crypto. You had Kennedy, who was saying, listen, if I win, I want to put the government's budget on a blockchain. It's transparent. You can't hide it, right? It creates trust. You will know if the White House spent $16,000 on a fancy toilet, right? And now we have, like, you have all these countries, like here in the US, they're going, we want to be the super crypto power in the world, or the power, however you want to word that. Like, we want to be the number one. So they want to be innovative. They want to be ahead of everyone else. So we've never seen the entire world going from ridiculed and opposed into the self-evident phase when it comes to blockchain and crypto. It is everywhere, every day, in every conversation. And so really the world is conspiring to do us good. The world is advertising, and we're going from that ridiculed and opposed to the entire world is going into the self-evident phase. Our grandkids will laugh and go, I can't believe you use printed paper as money. So we're going into the R-Link era, which is decentralized video with a built-in economic model. What does decentralized means? There's no owner. We are the owners. I'm going to show you, you can own just as much as this platform as me and everyone else. And then when you look at an economic model, I was listening to a hedge fund founder, and you can actually, I found it on Instagram, and he goes, listen, everything in the future will be on the blockchain. It'll be a line item, a ledger, almost like a Google spreadsheet. And he goes, and everything will be tokenized. And again, you can Google and find this. He goes, from a fine bottle of wine to the title of your car to your house, to everything will be a line item, a token on the blockchain. Not only that, we're all at a place where we are in a reward system, I would say environment or system. When I get gas, I'm not using my debit card. I'm using my American Express or my American Airlines card, because I want to be able to use those miles for flights and hotels for my family. When I went and got me a smoothie earlier today, I got my rewards. I went and got my coffee. I got my rewards. So when there's no loyalty when it comes to a video conferencing platform. And you go, man, why are you so passionate about video conferencing? It's changing the way we communicate. It's the Blockbuster versus the Netflix. That's why I'm so passionate. So if we sent you a link to jump on any platform, most of us would have jumped on any platform. However, when you give people the option going, hey, listen, would you rather control your data, own your data, monetize your data, or let Facebook, Zoom, Microsoft Teams do that? Everybody's going to say, I would rather control my own data. I would rather me monetize it if I want to monetize it. Okay, well, would you rather get rewarded for doing video meetings, video conferences, or not get rewarded? Would you rather get rewarded when you refer other people to the platform or not? Would you rather be a part owner of the whole system or not have any ownership whatsoever? Those are very simple questions to ask and to think about. So the future of video is inevitable. We can jump on now, or you can watch others lead and have that woulda, coulda, shoulda, moment in your life as we continue to grow so fast. If you look, we started with Skype, very grainy, hard to hear. That's how it started. Then there was GoToWebinar, really no interaction whatsoever. Then we went to Zoom, Google Meet, Teams. The new kid on the block is R-Link. Okay, it's the future of video. So every time there was a new upgrade, when you look at those different ones, but they kept the same model, laughed Netflix out of the room and said, why would we change it when we make so much money on late fees? Why would we fix it when it's not broken? It was broken. There was a new way, a better way that served the people in a better way. So now comes R-Link, a platform you can use, contribute to, and benefit from, designed for the builders, the early adopters, and the ones that are ready to stop watching from the sideline. R-Link flips the equation. What if the next generation of video infrastructure was built by us and not owned by a few giants? What if you could get rewarded for helping power it? That's what R-Link makes possible. Now, you may go, what does that mean? I'm going to share that with you in just a second. So a traditional model, you use the platforms, they profit. The transformation is blockchain decentralizes ownership. When I explain to you what a node is in just a minute, which is just off-the-shelf software, then you can own it, I can own it, we own it. So the R-Link model, you help power it and you get rewarded. And let me give you a couple examples. Uber uses other people's cars. Airbnb uses other people's homes. Blockchain uses other people's computing power. So not only is it decentralized, it's safer and more secure and transparent, and we can benefit and not the tech giants. So the way that you can participate, number one, you can use it. You can host or join meetings on R-Link just like you're doing right now. You add energy to the flywheel through real world usage, which is really important. If you look at a lot of blockchain projects like Dogecoin, what can you use and by the way, I used to think crypto and blockchain were the same thing, and they're not. It's like email and internet are not the same thing. And so, but if you look at a project like Dogecoin, what can you use it for? Nothing. So here we have a real world product, service, real world revenue that you can use. Number two, you can power it. You can run a rally node. You can support the infrastructure and help scale it. And number three, you can own it. You can hold rally tokens because a Bitcoin mining node mines Bitcoin. An Ethereum mining node mines Ethereum. R-Link, a rally node, the R stands for rally, mines rally tokens. So you could go, hey, look, I just want to use the service, or I want to power it by having a node that generates tokens daily, or I want to hold tokens, or I want to do all of the above. So meet R-Link, the first blockchain-powered video conferencing platform. It's built for privacy. There's no tracking. There's no surveillance. There's no selling your data. It's designed for growth. We have business tools, AI features, and customizable events that I'm going to share with you. We have a reward system. You use it and you earn rally tokens in the process. If you know you're going to earn tokens by doing a video conference, you're never going to choose another platform that does not reward you ever again. If you know that your data is not being mined and sold and you're not the product, right, then you're going to choose that every single time. It's a no-brainer. So how can you be a part of it? You can use the R-Link service, own a rally node, or hold the tokens like we mentioned just a second ago. And the difference, With R-Link, you help run the network. You participate in the infrastructure that powers the platform. You earn tokens for participation and referrals. And then you own the infrastructure. You do not just rent it. You can become a stakeholder in the technology and not just a customer. So the real cost of inaction: every meeting you host on another platform makes them stronger, but does nothing for you. Every call you join feeds their system, but you stay locked out. And every month you wait enriches big tech, and you get zero rewards. So every day spent on Zoom is another day your data makes someone else rich. So what is a node? This is what my question was a year and a half, 2 years ago. Like, what the heck is a node? And then when I go, hey, Darin, a Bitcoin mining node mines Bitcoin, Ethereum mines Ethereum. It's basically software. And it used to be you had to have with Bitcoin a physical device. It had to be on a physical device like your computer. But Bitcoin was very expensive to mine. It used a lot of power to do that. Well, now with technology, it's advancing so fast. All of my nodes, none of them are on my computer. Most people that are already a part of the system, we all host them in the cloud. There's a third-party service. There's several of them. The one a lot of us use is $4.95 a month per node. So all you do is you purchase your Rally node, you install it, you make sure it's active, right? It helps process data, secure the platform, and you get rewarded. Okay, you don't need to be technical. The software does all of it for you. So let's think of it this way. It's like owning a digital toll booth. So imagine a highway where every car pays a toll. Now imagine you own one of the toll booths, but instead of cars, it's video meetings. And instead of tolls, you get Rally tokens. So the highway is the video meetings flow through the network like cars on a highway. The toll booth, your Rally node processes traffic and collects Rally tokens. And then your rewards you earn with or without active participation in each meeting. So what's really cool with the node, it's proof of participation. So even if your node didn't handle a transaction, I mean, I think about this, like if you're at an airport and you pull up your app and you use Uber, right? Uber, you're clicking the app, it's finding drivers near you, it's picking the car, picking the route, you rate the driver rates you, you tip the driver, there's payment information, there's all these transactions that are happening through all of these processors. Well, when you own a Rally node, even if your node is not handling the transaction, when the network pings to see if your node is on, and again, it's miner in the cloud, then you get proof of participation. You get rewarded daily as long as it's on for 6 hours, which if they're in the cloud, mine are on pretty much 24 hours a day. I just double check every day and make sure they're still online. Then you get rewarded for that. It's a pretty cool system. Or think of it like a cell phone tower. So my family has land right here in Virginia, and we had a cell phone company that reached out to us, and they go, hey, listen, we can't buy land all over the world to put our towers. But what we do is we find people like you that have a place that is in a good location. We will pay you to rent a small area of your land. Doesn't matter how many transactions go through it. We're going to reward you every single month. My family just renewed another 6-figure contract with this cell phone company. So a Rally node works the same way. The network needs an infrastructure. You can provide it. You get rewarded. It's a win-win scenario, for powering the future of communication. It's like owning a slice of a system everyone's using. You don't need to code. Thank God. I'd be in trouble. The software is designed to be user-friendly for non-tech people like me. You don't need expensive hardware. Most simply host it on a third-party cloud provider, like I mentioned. You just install it, set it up once, and start earning rewards as usage grows. Your node helps power the R-Link network around the clock. Secret one, let's talk about a few secrets. Secret one, why big tech profits while you get left behind. The hidden truth about platforms like Zoom. If you look at the platform revenue, you can see how big a slice that is. Then you have the shareholders. Then you have the executive bonuses. All right. And if you look at the user rewards, It's kind of hard to see because it's not there. If you look at the user ownership, you don't see any of a blue on that screen, right? So that's how it normally works. They build $1 billion platform on your usage, give you zero ownership, zero rewards, and you get zero to say. So here's the exploit model in action. If you're not being paid, you're not the customer, you're the product. You host the meeting, you're providing content and bringing participants. Think about how many participants we brought to Facebook, how many we brought to Zoom, how many we brought to Microsoft Teams. They monetize the data. Your information becomes their asset, and you get nothing, no compensation at all for your contribution. The platform that shares rewards with the people who power it. So our link, use the platform, earn tokens, host meetings, get rewarded, run a node, own the infrastructure, and receive Mind Rally tokens daily, which right now, the Rally token, I'll talk to you about how that works, how many you would get every single day with an R-Link node in just a minute. So imagine this, every meeting you host, every session that passes through your node helps grow the network. And now you're the one being rewarded, not big tech. Secret 2, what if you could own a part of what everyone else just uses? You power the platform, they keep the profit. So big tech, a few executives capture the value created by millions of users. Your data, attention, and content becomes their profit engine. They talk about where the attention goes, money flows. They own your attention. The user contribution, users provide everything that makes platform valuable, yet receive nothing. Your meetings, connections, and time fuel their growth. And then the one-way value flow, you do the work, they take the profit. Every minute you spend on their platform enriches their shareholders, but not you and not me. So how big tech built an empire without paying the builders. Your content, and again, I know some of this is repetitive, but it's just helping you really get clear the picture and then the solution that we have to offer, which helps you make an educated decision. Hey, is this as big as what I really think it is? So your content creates value. Every post, comment, and meeting you host builds their platform's worth. They capture your data. Your information becomes their most valuable asset. The shareholders collect profits, and the cycle continues. Zoom made $3.4 billion in revenue in 2024. And my guess, you made the exact same amount that I did, which is a big zero. So why this opportunity won't wait? Timing isn't a detail. It's a difference between watching others win or being one of them. Like Bitcoin, there was a fixed number of Bitcoin nodes. There's a fixed number of rally nodes. Once they're gone, they're gone. And the earlier you get in, the higher your earning share. So there's 100,000 nodes per project. Okay, we'll talk about that here in just a minute as I close out. I'll make sure what the next slide. But let's go through secret number 3 before we start the last few slides. The AI advantage, turning meetings into revenue machines. This is really important. The first video platform built to convert, not just communicate. So the platform you're on right now, I have not shown one entrepreneur of this platform that does not get very excited, want to start using it immediately because they understand this platform. There's a small monthly fee that's less than Zoom, but they realize it doesn't cost you anything. Not only is it a tax write-off, it's a business expense, get with your CPA, but this platform actually converts. It's not just another meeting tool. It's designed for marketers, sales team, and business builders who actually want to move the needle, not just check a box. We have AI-powered real-time translations. So you could be doing, I could be doing this meeting right now. Someone is in another country that does not speak English, and they can click the view button up top. They can click translations. They can pick a language, and it will translate in real time for us. How powerful is that? I used to have to do Zoom meetings in different countries and do a sentence and wait and have a translator. Do another sentence and wait. It was extremely challenging, very lengthy. Now you have AI power translation on our link in real time. Clickable on-screen CTAs. I'm going to show you that in a second. Turn conversations into conversions seamlessly. And then you can create branded engagement spaces. Here's an example, just some people that we've shared this with. Here's a guy that has a program called Overcoming Stress and Anxiety. You can click on his link right on the screen, takes you right to his program. We have someone else that was in a nutrition company. You could put, look, buy our best-selling nutrition product. They can click on it. It takes them right to the link that you want to take them to. We've got where you can put customizable buttons. So if you look up top, hey, you want to learn about our valet services. This is another company we were talking to. Our traffic control, our curb management, our consulting services. And every one of them, you control what website they go to. So it's not just something that's on the screen. You're going, hey, we'll put it in the chat. You're putting it on the screen that they can click on and go to as soon as the presentation is over or during the presentation. And you can walk them through signing up or registering or enrolling. Or this is an example. I was on the phone. I'm not sure if she's on here now or not, but one of the best real estate brokers in all of Florida yesterday. And when I was showing her, hey, listen, you can take and do viewings of homes, right here on your R-Link. And then you could go, hey, if you want to meet me in person, go ahead and book a private showing today. And this link on the screen would take you right to her calendar. So most platforms help you talk. R-Link helps you sell. Most platforms focus on conversation. R-Link is designed for conversion. Every meeting becomes a moment of action. So where sales happen before the call even ends, your offer appears right when you present it. They can click, buy, or book without ever leaving the video call. The entire flow is seamless and built in. It's a sales system that lives inside your meeting room. How cool is that? So imagine hosting a meeting that rewards you in real time. You earn tokens for participation and no traffic, and you can close the deal inside the meeting room with no friction, zero friction. So it's not just Web 3.0. This is Business 3.0. And you may go, hey, well, I don't do a whole lot of this, but how many people do you know that get excited about this, that can use this, that would thank you for telling them about this platform? And then you have the ability to benefit as well by what we're sharing. So 3 ways to join the future of video before the masses catch on. Number 1, you can use the platform. The person that invited you, they can send you the referral link. You can sign up for a 14-day trial. You can start experiencing the platform immediately. So not only can you experience a secure AI-powered video conferencing platform, but you can earn Rally tokens by participating. Number 2, you can own a Rally node. You can support the infrastructure and operate a node, and you can earn tokens daily, which right now a Rally node is on average, it's about 3,000 tokens a day, give or take, which is about 90,000 a month. And then number 3, acquire R-Link tokens. You can purchase the tokens. So here's what we've done to support you. Then I'll get into more of the details of how you can get started as we close out. We have a step-by-step onboarding, comprehensive guidance for any option you choose. Okay, we will walk you right through that step-by-step. It's very simple. Community access, direct access to a private support and success community, an amazing community. We have training materials, clear, they're easy to follow resources from how-to videos, calendars, all kinds of things to really help you. Because again, the more success all of us have as a community, the more success all of us have. So it's truly a teamwork. Here's what sets us apart. Real participation. In the future of Web 3.0 and next-gen video conferencing infrastructure, that's real participation. We have built-in AI conversion tools, and you're not just using a platform, you're contributing to how it's run. The window is closing. Here's where we get into some of the details. This isn't just limited, it's final. R-Link has a fixed supply ecosystem, a decentralized ecosystem. Once the maximum number of nodes are claimed, there'll be no more. So in every one of our projects, for example, there's 100,000 nodes. Once those are gone, they're gone for good. The only way you could ever purchase one is from an individual that would be willing to sell you that node, which not too many people are willing to do that. One of the previous projects that launched back in 2017, because the way the tokenomics work, there's 50 billion tokens in each project. Just like Bitcoin has a certain amount of Bitcoins, okay, we have a certain amount of tokens, 50 billion. Half are released the first 12 months, then half the next 12 months. So 25 billion the first 12 months. You're in the first 12 months right now. We launched back in the middle of September. Every 100 nodes that are sold, it goes up $100. So you're never going to get the price of the node as low as you will today, and you never will get as many tokens as you get today. So the early adoption, you secure your position before mainstream awareness. And by the way, the project that sold out of the nodes I was mentioning to you, I was Googling to see if anyone would sell one of those nodes. Now, keep in mind, it's halved since 2017 or 18. So that's 6-7 years plus. So it went from 25 billion to 12.5 billion to 6 to 3 to 1. I'm like, why would they purchase that? Because it was $170-some thousand for that, because they're sold out. But not only is it the tokens, but it's the node support rewards. Or if you look like Ethereum gas fees, there's a lot more when it comes to the benefits of being a node owner than we even share them with you. So the network growth, more users, more traffic flowing through the infrastructure, and then increased rewards. The early node operators are positioned to earn more. You're coming in today, you're going to earn more than somebody will 6 months from now, because the more nodes that are sold, the more the tokens are distributed. So right now is why we're getting a little right at 3,000 tokens a day, 90,000 a month. That's not going to last for long. So that's the first mover's advantage. Why most people miss out. And this isn't hype. Okay. We can all look at probably real life examples from our personal experience, but it's how every tech wave works. The internet, Bitcoin, even Uber. Those who moved first own the upside. Okay. Most people wait for guarantees. By the time something is guaranteed, the biggest opportunities are gone. Would you rather buy Apple stock now or go back before they had the iPod, knowing what you know now? Would you rather buy Uber stock now or go back when people were laughing, going, this is never going to work? Or Bitcoin. When I was listening to Michael Saylor, he's like, every person that loves Bitcoin now, like Blackwater, like all the big names are coming on board. They once were haters of Bitcoin, saying it's a scam. It's never going to last. And by the way, that was a mistake that I made. I had friends of mine like Tony that started buying Bitcoin at $200 a coin, saw the vision. I listened to people that told me that's never going to work. It doesn't make sense. And I missed out because I bought someone's opinion, and I shouldn't have, because I didn't want to buy their lifestyle. Okay, another one is they don't act when it's still early. Hesitation during the critical window of opportunity. So here are the phases. Okay, you've watched this pattern before. R-Link is no different, except this time you are early. There's the hesitation phase. Most people wait for proven technology, missing the greatest growth period. The inflection point, where we are now with R-Link, right before mass awareness. The adoption curve. Early position secures maximum rewards as the network grows exponentially. And then the window closes. Once mainstream adoption hits, early advantages are permanently locked in, right? They can never do what other people had the opportunity to do if they get position. So the question is, will you move while it still matters? You don't have to build a platform. You don't have to create the technology. You just have to say yes while it's still early. Right now, you have a decision to make. Do you want to be one of the few who saw this shift right before it was obvious, or one of the many who looked back and said, I missed it again? Your 3 simple next steps. Try the platform itself. Experience the difference of blockchain-powered video conferencing. Number 2, claim your rally node or R-Link tokens. Okay, secure your position before they're gone. I started out with a few nodes. Now I've got a lot of nodes, because I realized the power of being one node is one vote. 10 nodes is 10 votes. You own a part of this platform. How many times have we seen people going, man, when I was looking at the Forbes 400, the wealthiest people, and I'm like, who is this person? Never heard their name. Oh, Walmart. Oh, Amazon. Like, wow, I wish I owned a big stake of Walmart or Amazon or Apple, but I missed that. Well, when you realize like there's no centralized ownership, you're an owner just like I'm an owner, just like everyone else, that's exciting. So you can join the community, become a part of the network, powering the next generation of online communication. Will you be the infrastructure or watch it happen again? The $1 trillion shift in video conferencing is happening right now. Those who position themselves early will own a piece of the infrastructure that powers the future of online communication. So don't miss the chance to be a part of this revolution. So here's what you get when you claim your node. You get a lifetime node license with R-Link. You own a permanent piece of the R-Link network. Your node license never expires, and you're establishing your early position. There's a simple setup process. Our plug and play guide makes activation easy. No technical experience required to start earning rewards. We have an exclusive community. You're going to have direct access to other early adopters. Then we have ongoing support. Okay, we do things like this. We do weekly trainings. We have videos. So we have all these sessions that keep you informed. Early adopters get first access to the new features and governance voting. So let's talk about what this is actually worth. Traditional opportunities require significant investment and risk. Rally nodes offer a more accessible alternative with powerful ownership benefits. The frozen yogurt franchises, excuse me, I used to own were several $100,000 each with a lot of responsibility, several year lease, crazy. Here with you, if you wanted blockchain consulting, it would be very hard to find someone, in my opinion, that would charge you as little as $10,000 with that one-time expertise without ongoing returns. I paid a top YouTuber $15,000 for 4 hours virtually when I was building my YouTube channel. So 10,000 is, I believe that's very low. It would be a lot more than that. Web3 startup equity, okay? If you want to put in $25,000 for some of these startup companies, get a little bit of equity, okay? A SaaS infrastructure. It's an expensive licensing process with a lot of overhead cost when you launch a project like this. And so the Rally node, a fraction of the cost with permanent ownership, sounds a lot better to me. So claim your node at the current early price, access price. You can secure your Rally node before the prices increase. I know we're really close for the next $100 bump up, okay? And that can go up some of you have seen that go up several $100s at one time. So it just depends on how many nodes people are purchasing. We have a dynamic pricing model, okay? So every 100 nodes, it goes up $100. We have a time-sensitive opportunity. Rally nodes are placed sequentially on the blockchain, meaning early nodes have a strategic positioning within the network. So with the blockchain, it's one line, right? So if you get in right now, 5 minutes later, someone else purchases an R-Link node, that person falls under you in the blockchain. It's one straight line down. And then network growth referrals. As R-Link scales, the earliest contributors are best positioned to grow with the platform and not just use it. So would it help if we walked you through it? 20-minute setup, pretty much very simple, streamlined onboarding process, plug and play, no crypto knowledge, coding experience, or technical background, proven support, join hundreds of successful node owners with our guided step-by-step assistance. And we've designed every part of the process with simplicity in mind. You'll go from sign up to active participation in minutes, not days. And the window's closing fast. The network is growing. As more people join the R-Link, the entry cost rises. Early adopters secure the greatest advantage. Price increases are scheduled. As I mentioned before, $100 for every 100 nodes sold. You're still early, right? The privileged position won't remain open long. And the opportunity cost is real. Waiting means paying more for the same benefits that others secured at a lower price. So as we finish the presentation, let me just tell you, I will get back to the person that invited you. and let them know this. When I took a look at this, I had a friend of mine that you will hear from tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can invite all of your guests to this presentation, and he will do the presentation for you. Now, this guy left me a message back in August, and I still have it on my phone, August the 23rd, 2021. And he goes, Darin, 2 months ago, I launched an accounting company. I'm going to go do major things. I would love for you to be a part of it. I did not call him back. Life had crazy things going on. He went on to do $10 billion in revenue the next 24 months. And I lost probably $50 to $100 million by not returning that one phone call. And so not only did he have that one company that did that, he has a credit card processing company doing several billion a year. He has a marketing company did over $1 billion in 36 months. He has a delivery company. There was an Inc. 500 company and did millions of deliveries and on and on and on. He was buying Bitcoin at $200 a coin and never sold and been buying ever since for many years. He has that knack. So when he asked me to fly out and listen to a guy that made over $4 billion in blockchain, help decentralize gaming and talk about nodes and talk about blockchain, I'm like, dude, I don't even know what a node is. I don't understand blockchain, but I'm there. I understand that the same thinking, the same associations, the same behaviors that I have are not going to get me to the next level. It's going to take a different version of me. So I went out very hesitant, very uncomfortable. It was like a fire hose of information. Some of you are feeling like that right now. But when I did the research, saw a fraction of what you're seeing today, that blockchain was going faster than the internet in 1996. It was the fastest adopted technology in history. Seeing that the World Economic Forum said, look, blockchain will disrupt $867 trillion in traditional businesses. And then I saw the first pro-crypto presidential campaign in history. Then we're seeing the world shift to digital currency, blockchain, crypto. You're hearing hedge fund founders going, listen, everything will be a line item, a ledger, just like on a Google worksheet. Everything will be tokenized, from a fine bottle of wine to real estate to your vehicle. We're seeing a massive shift. And then when we brought Arlink onto the scene, and we launched in September, this same guy that helped decentralize one of our community members, gaming, that at one point was trading 1 to 3 billion a day more than Tesla. He goes, Darin, do you realize that Arlink did more revenue in the first 4 months than that project did the first 4 years combined? The project went from like 2 cents a token to 80 some cents a token. Now, there's no guarantee. Like I tell my friends, hey, listen, you got to sell me on why I allow you to buy a node, because I tell them it's high risk with the potential of no reward. But it's also high risk with the potential of some pretty great things, as you can see. So when you look at other projects, like when I bought Dogecoin, knew I could use it for nothing at a couple pennies, and it went up to 60 some cents, and you couldn't use it for anything. I'm like, what happens with this platform? Imagine if we get millions of people on this service, which we know we can. Imagine if we have real world revenue. Imagine if we build this community with a better mousetrap, right? Where the people own it. You're giving power back to the people, right? You're letting them own their own data. We're not monetizing their data. You get people rewarded for use. You reward what you want repeated. So when they realize, hey, listen, I can get rewarded for doing a video conference. I can get rewarded for referring to other people. I can use my tokens to go out and pay for the service. Like I can be a node owner, be part owner of this community, and then share with other people. And the last thing I'll mention to you, and this is a little more in depth, but if you're hanging on this long, you're pretty serious about what you're looking at, was there was 2 people in the room when I learned about these different projects, and 2 of them went 2 different paths. One of them said, listen, I'm going to buy nodes and I'm doing nothing else. I'm just going to make sure that they're active. And he bought $250,000 worth of nodes, $250,000 worth of nodes. The other gentleman bought just a few $1,000s worth. And he goes, listen, I do not have $250,000, but I can build a community. And when you build a community, we'll teach you, it's called action points. You multiply your rewards. And so he went out and started building the community. And from that, he ended up making tens of millions of dollars, just like the other guy who just bought nodes and let them run. So some of you are on here going, listen, I just want to use the service and nothing else. And I know a bunch of people that want to use this service. I can earn rewards and use it. That's it. Some of you are like, look, I'm going to buy nodes and I'm not telling anybody else. I just want to make sure it's operating. I want to have as many rewards as I can a day. Right now, it's about 3,000 rewards a day, right? So you can imagine if those 3,000 tokens a day, if we add millions of users, if we do extremely well, if we have real world revenue, real world utility, which we do, you can imagine. So you're like, look, I just want to buy nodes and let them operate. That's fine. Some of you are like, look, I want to go out and build a community and multiply my rewards. So what I did starting last January, I go, I had a friend of mine that called me several years ago and she said, Darin, I want to smack you. And I'm like, why do you want to smack me, Vicky? She goes, why did you not call me the day you got started in that company? Because you went out and you made millions of dollars instead of a previous company. And I'm like, Vicky, I didn't think you'd be interested. She goes, Darin, you shouldn't have thought. I was praying, I was looking, my husband and I, and if you would have offered the opportunity to us and we said no, it was on us, but you didn't give us the ability to even say no. And that hit hard. So back last January, I went to a few friends of mine, some of you are on here right now, and I go, listen, I don't know if what I'm doing is for you or not. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I do believe it's probably going to be the biggest thing I've ever done. Tony believes it's the biggest thing that he's ever done, and he's done big things, 3 companies over $1 billion. I go, so I just want you to know about it. I want you to do your own research, right? And you decide, right? But I don't want you coming back to me a year, 2 years from now going, Darin, if you knew, why didn't you tell me? So with that, I started sharing with a few people. And because I shared with a few people, I didn't have millions of dollars to put into nodes like other people that I saw. But with that, I started multiplying my tokens. And this past week, and I'll just end with this, and this is just not to impress you, but to express to you how powerful this can be. There was one day this week in just the R-Link project, and we have about 14, 15 different projects, but the R-Link is the one we're completely like, this is 99% of our focus. I had about 1.5 million tokens come in one day, not from me, but a few people I shared this with in the community. And then they shared it with some people. And because it multiplied, there's an algorithm in the blockchain that rewards you for sharing and building the community. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't sell any nodes. You get back with the person that invited you and let them know what caught your attention the most. Using the service and nothing else, buying a node, not telling anyone, building the community, or all three. And they can help you get started. And tonight, all you've got to do is invite people like you're on here right now. We have 3 people that will be doing the overview tonight. Tony, the one that I mentioned multiple times, and then Patty and Herb Cepeda that have built several million person organization, right? Done millions and millions in revenue, built businesses all over the world. And you can get on here, their story. They're going to share their own presentation with you, and they will share the information with your guest as well. So thank you for your time. Get back to the person who invited you. Have an amazing day and hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody.